Hi, Evan. How does your reflection process look like? So I have two things that I do for reflection. One is I'm almost constantly reflecting. I think this is one of the things that people miss. Every day I'm reflecting. Like right now I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting on the start of this game. I'm reflecting on the live stream. I'm reflecting on my day that's been. I'm reflecting the past week. Constantly, just micro reflections. I'm always talking to myself in my head. This might be a little weird, but that's my process. I'm always doing micro reflections because I think where a lot of people fall down, where they make mistakes, you feel unhappy, you know something's not right, and then you wait for January 1st or your birthday or some milestone that doesn't mean anything to make the change, to have some, you wait till things are so out of control, so chaotic, you hate your life so much that it forces you to make a change. You say, finally, now I'm gonna make the change. And ideally what you do is make micro changes so that you don't ever get to that crazy macro change. So I'm constantly evaluating what I'm working on, how I'm doing it, how I'm feeling. And most important is to pay attention to the feeling about it. So whenever I don't feel good, especially for multiple days or multiple times doing the same thing, then I know something has to change. If I was coming on here doing this live stream and I felt not good, I felt like it was a chore, I felt like it was work, one day I'd still do it. But if it happened again the next day and maybe a third day, if that was a trend, then I would stop the stream. I would stop the stream. Is it the league that I don't like? Is it the chat that I don't like? I would have to make a change. And most people just wait way too long before they make any kind of changes. So lots of micro reflection. There's no once a year I'm going to sit down and I'm going to review my year, or once a month I'm going to sit down and review my month. I don't do that. It's constant. And I think the more you can make those micro changes, you'll never get to the point where you hate your life and are forced to make some big decision. Self-reflection is the key to self-centeredness. It's super important. Honestly, I think people just wait too long. You know something doesn't feel right, but you don't address it. You don't change it. You don't think to make it better. So that's what I want to try to constantly be on the lookout for in my own life. In a one-off, whatever. In a one-off, don't worry about it. Yeah, anything, you can be having a bad day, maybe you had bad sleep, maybe something, something happened. In a one-off, that can always happen. But if you're looking out for the pattern. If it's 2, if it's 3 times, you still feel the same way, then definitely, you got to start making tweaks. While you still don't hate it, that's the problem. A lot of entrepreneurs, they'll stay in it until it's just, they hate it so much, they have no other choice, which often is the worst time to get out. Like if you want to sell your business, for example, a lot of entrepreneurs stay in their business way too long and they should have sold their business. They just wait too long in the business. And if you wait until you hate it, you're never going to get a good price on it because now you're desperate to sell. So while you still have one foot in, that's the time to start making adjustments. Tons of micro adjustments. Tons. Always lots of little micro adjustments. Just condition yourself to think that way. I was talking to what's her name? Tracy Lit yesterday on an IG Live, and what she recommends is journaling. So that's another way to get your thoughts out of your head. I don't use journaling. It's not proven to be effective for me because I'm always talking to myself. But if you don't have that dialogue with yourself on an ongoing basis, that could be a good strategy to force it to once a day do some journaling. Force some reflection.